Thank you so much for coming in and seeing us today. My name's Tony. I'm here with the Crisis Clinic. I only have a little bit of information off of what you shared with clerical up in the front when you had filled out your sheet, but it sounds like you're having a little bit of difficulty with your job and some things going around your employment. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
I am essentially job searching. I'm not happy in my employment now. I don't really know where to start to move forward and make a change.
Okay, okay. So you're on the job hunt. You're really exploring what other options there might be out there for you right now.
I'm trying.
Okay. What are you doing for work right now?
I'm a substitute teacher.
Okay. How long have you been doing that for?
This will be my second year.
Second year. And what parts about substitute teaching have you enjoyed so far?
I really like finding a school where I can get comfortable, like Scott Elementary School, so that I know what to expect and I start to bond with the staff. There's a real connection there. And I also get to create relationships with the students, which makes a huge difference in how enjoyable the teaching is.
Yeah. So it sounds like having a sense of predictability around your work schedule as well as having the opportunity to build in-depth relationships with the students as well as your coworkers is really important to you.
For me, but also for the job, like students are more likely to respect you when they know you, and also
Hmm.
when you know how things work at their school, so you can discipline in an accurate sense,
Hmm.
and just a sense of community with the staff when they actually know me and look forward to seeing me.
Hmm. Yeah, so having a little bit more of an understanding around the policies and procedures around the place also really gives you the opportunity to be more structured throughout your day and with some of the things that you do with the students over there.
Absolutely.
What parts about being a substitute teacher have been either more difficult or have been challenging that's been leading you to want to start a little bit of a job search?
When I take jobs not at my home school, not having any idea what I'm walking into, sometimes teaching middle school can be very challenging. I don't have any predictability and schedule usually. I don't get benefits as a substitute teacher. Um, those are some of the reasons.
Yeah, so you don't really know what to expect when you're walking in with some of these other jobs and you don't have quite as a consistent schedule with what you're doing for work, on top of some of these benefits that you're not able to receive as being a substitute teacher. Yeah, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not important at all, 10 being the most important thing, how important is it for you to start finding a new job?
Probably a good 7.5,
Okay,
75%.
so you're about a 7.5 right now. What things have you done to kind of start this job search already?
I'm looking into administrative support positions.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know where I would like to work, but I know for a fact that I hit my stride in support roles, ways that I can help set other people up for success and have us be successful as a team. I've been looking with the state because their benefits are really good. I've been looking at the Department of Education. I've been looking at DHS. I've been looking at a little bit of the Fish and Wildlife Department. Um, that's where I've started.
Okay. So you've done a little bit of searching so far, but it doesn't sound like you've taken a lot of concrete steps to applying to a new job or anything like that. And especially with what you shared a little bit right now, I mean, it sounds like being a part of a team and being a team player within that, as well as being able to help those that you're working with, is a really important and a strong value of yours that you want to be able to see applied to a new position that you take, if I understood you correctly.
Yes, I managed a coffee house for a while, and the leadership role I am successful at, but it's not something I want anymore. I would like to take not the back seat role, the behind the scenes role. I
Hmm.
would like somebody else to be the leadership, to be making the calls, telling me what they need from me. And when I'm given those boundaries, I can deliver better than anyone's ever seen before sometimes.
Yeah. So you're not so much wanting to be in the driver's seat with a new job that you're starting, but you're rather wanting to be that much more of a support to making sure that the team or the position or the agency that you're supporting is able to run efficiently and effectively.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Um, if you were to wake up tomorrow morning and you had your either your dream job What would that look like for you?
I'm not sure what my exact dream job would be. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm at the stage of my life I would like a little 9 to 5. I would like a department just where the people are good people so that I can have that community and that relationship. We don't have to hang out outside of work or anything like that, but I just want to enjoy going to work. I want a consistent 9 to 5, something that works with my partner's schedule. I want to know what my paycheck's going to be every pay period.
Mm-hmm.
I want benefits. That's really about it.
Absolutely. I mean, these are a lot of different qualities around a job that really emphasize that desire for some sort of sustainability and consistency with your life. And I can imagine how that would also free up opportunity for you to explore and cultivate other passions and interests of yours at the same time. What difference would it make for you to be able to have a job that hits some of these requirements around consistency, being with good people that you work with, and these other likes or other styles of qualities that you mentioned?
I feel like you kind of touched on it. Um, Not having anxiety about, because I'm sitting at home the night before I'm supposed to work, just refreshing the frontline page that has all of my job opportunities. You sometimes for hours at a time looking for jobs.
Mhm.
Sometimes there's a lot of really bad jobs. Sometimes there's no jobs at all. And sometimes it's 10 p.m. the night before, and I still don't know what my schedule is going to be, if I'm even going to get work the next day. So definitely not having to worry about that, less anxiety about that, less anxiety in general about having just knowing what I'm walking into. I'm adaptable and I can hit obstacles and figure out how to overcome them, but
Mhm.
just not having any basis of what I'm walking into at all is taking my mental load away from things that are important to me.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it very much seems like this substitute teacher position that you've been working has caused a lot of additional stress. So on top of not just finding a new job that would meet some of these expectations or desires that you have for a style of employment, it also brings quite a bit of relief to your mental health as well. What kinds of other impacts do you feel that this has had into your life with not being able to have such a consistent or predictable job?
The paychecks is a big thing that I mentioned. I like to budget, and it's really hard because the first thing you're supposed to do is start with what you're going to get paid, and I have no idea sometimes. I can be as willing to work as I want to, but I cannot work if there are no jobs available. I
Hmm.
cannot work if it is a holiday because schools aren't even in session. I cannot work during winter break, spring break. I cannot work during the summer. So that's a
Hmm.
big thing.
Yeah, so it's not just impacting some of your finances right now, but also the availability to be able to find a job during some critical points in your life is also increasing some of the unpredictability around being able to not just budget and manage your finances, but also having availability for you to be able to work these jobs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you talked that you looked a little bit at some of these other positions with like DHS, Department of Education, and other roles with the state. What things might be holding you back right now from putting in an actual application?
I have a degree. Experience wise, a lot of administrative jobs, I know that they require or really suggest that you have admin experience, which I do not. This would be my first administrative job. So, probably the experience.
Hmm.
I'm honestly not too sure.
I see. So I guess in essence, for some of these roles, you feel that you're not too qualified for what you would be doing.
I feel like the hiring team probably thinks so.
Hmm.
Um, and then, like, a lot of jobs, like, I found an administrative job for the state hospital, one of the state hospitals, and
Okay.
like that's something I want to apply for, but that's just I feel like straight up terminology that I'm not familiar with, a whole field of work that I'm not familiar with, no matter how much I would want to apply for that job, how much I would want a support position like that.
Absolutely. And I mean, it sounds like there's not just a lot of uncertainty around this, and even not necessarily that you feel that you're not qualified. It seems like that there might be some certification roadblocks in between possibly getting some of these administrative positions that you were talking about.
Potentially, but that I guess that would be based on the department. I see that as a problem, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I know that we're kind of coming up on our time for today, but what things do you think that you could try in between our next time that we meet next week that might be able to help kind of move you a little bit more forward in this job search process?
I mean, if not having a list of saved jobs to apply to, if not that, then actually having already applied to a couple of different jobs by the next meeting.
Hmm.
Even if I guess the worst thing is they'll say no.
Okay. So just kind of managing some of these expectations around possibly being told no with some of these positions that you apply. But I also think it's a really good idea to, while you're looking at some of these positions, actually jotting some of them down and taking a bit of a list as to some things that might work, not just for your desires for employment, but also some of the qualifications that you do have, so that you'll be able to find something that's really fulfilling. And I do really want to commend, the willingness not just to explore a bit of a difficult conversation around this piece of employment and some of the impacts that it's been having to you both personally, professionally, and financially. Um, but I also want to commend your resourcefulness as well. I mean, I understand that you're having a bit of a hard time, and recognizing that you needed support and knowing where to look is a huge strength for that. So I'm very grateful for our time today, and I'm hoping that when we meet next week, we can even see um, how finding a list of some of these possible jobs might have created a couple of more steps, maybe even getting the change that you're hoping to see.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely.